Alright, Shalom. First of all, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on the Southern California wildfire. So, through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. I said Southern California wildfire grows from 50 acres to over 1,000 acres in just hours. It says a brush fire was quickly moving across parts of Southern California on Thursday, spurring evacuations of the area as fire officials worked to put out the blaze. The Canyon Fire broke out on Thursday afternoon east of Lake Piru in Ventura County, earlier estimated at about 50 acres before spreading to more than 1,000 according to fire officials. The fire began burning north of Highway 126 east of Los Angeles County before it later spread into the county. Evacuations were ordered for the Lake Piru recreation area and parts of the surrounding area. An evacuation warning was issued for ranches in the west end of Holzer Canyon. Parts of Los Angeles County also had evacuation orders and evacuation warnings. The Canyon Fire is currently burning between Los Angeles County and Ventura County in the Piru Lake area. Several zones are under evacuation order and warning, the Los Angeles County Fire Department said. Water dropping aircraft responded to the blaze as firefighters were using Lake Piru, a reservoir in Los Padres National Forest northwest of Los Angeles, to refill firefighting aircraft. The Canyon Fire was one of at least 4 burning in Southern California on Thursday. It is not clear what caused the fires in the Golden State. So this comes after multiple wildfires swept across Southern California at the beginning of the year, burning more than 50,000 acres and destroying more than 18,000 homes and structures. At least 30 people were killed and roughly 200,000 were forced to evacuate. More than 4,400 wildfires have been reported in California this year, an increase from 3,800 at this time last year, according to NBC4. More than 221,100 acres have burned this year, exceeding the 83,200 acres burned through July of last year. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And the Lord has been hitting America with earthquakes, storms, and tempest, and fires. The trifecta. Like it says in Ecclesiasticus 39:28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and in the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. In verse 29, it says fire, hail, famine, and death. All these were created for vengeance. So these wildfires that cause all of this destruction, force people to evacuate, and in some cases even kill people. That's the judgment of the Lord. That's his spirit of vengeance being used to execute his judgments. Same with the storms and tempests, same with the earthquakes. Second Ezra 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And that's what the Lord is doing. He's bringing all these judgments upon the earth. Earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, tropical storms, flash floods, wildfires. He's bringing all these judgments to punish these wicked people, regardless of where in the world they dwell. All of their pride, all of their wickedness, it's all coming back to bite them, just as the men of the Lord have been warning them that it would. Psalm 7:11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's why every day judgments take place, like wildfires and various forms of storms and tempests. Because that's the anger of the Lord being put on display. Isaiah 48:22, there is no peace, saith the Lord Yahweh, unto the wicked. And that's being made very clear. Every time you turn around, these people are getting hit with something. Some kind of judgment is befalling these wicked people. They can't catch a break. But they don't deserve to catch a break, because they won't give the Heavenly Father a break with their continual wickedness. So they have to reap what they continuously sow. First Peter 3:12, for the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. And that goes for these wicked men, these wicked women, and these wicked children, regardless of what their ethnicity is, regardless of their age. Because like it says in Romans 2:11, there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. So the Heavenly Father does not care how much money you have, whether you're rich or poor. He doesn't care whether you're an Israelite or an Edomite or one of these other nations. He doesn't care if you're a man or a woman. If you're being wicked, you're going to get judged accordingly. The face of the Lord is going to be against you, and you are going to get punished. Sore strokes will be laid upon you. Spirits of vengeance will be sent upon you. And there's nothing that can be done to stop those events from taking place or to save you from being involved in those events. See, when it comes to these wildfires, these fires burn until the Lord decides that he wants them to get put out. And then he allows the firefighters to put out the fire. But just like the fires that took place in Southern California earlier this year, that destroyed a good portion of it, like I read in the article, like 50,000 acres, a bunch of homes got destroyed, a couple people got killed. All of that destruction was because that was the anger of the Lord. See, the Lord uses his judgments to show people that he's angry. But a lot of people, they can't wrap their head around that. They want to blame Mother Nature or global warming, like when in all actuality, it's just the anger of the Lord. These people are running around here being all kinds of wicked. And, a lot of people say, I'm grown, I can do whatever I want, or, you only live once. So a lot of people genuinely don't fear the consequences of the wickedness that they're doing. And then when the judgment hits and you explain to them that this is a result of their wickedness, they get angry because they don't want to accept the fact that there are consequences to their actions. And see, America is going to suffer the biggest consequence in the form of that nuclear destruction that the Lord is going to unleash upon this place. And the men of the Lord have been speaking on this for decades. But still, people just scoff and scorn. People are like, oh, that's not going to happen. Well, people didn't think that the major wildfire that destroyed a good portion of Southern California early this year was going to happen. There's a lot of things that have taken place this year that people didn't think was going to happen. People didn't think that back in 2020 that a pandemic was going to shut down everything. And yet that happened. See, a lot of people, they don't live in reality. Because in reality, anything is possible. Anything that the Lord wants to make happen is going to happen. But because a lot of people live in a fantasy bubble, reality seems to escape them until the Lord, sends that reality to their doorstep and reality kicks down their door and they have no choice but to accept what's happening. But the saddest part is that people want to wait until the judgment comes and then they feel bad for whatever it is that they did. Or at least they pretend to feel bad. But in reality, they're just upset that the judgment is taking place. Because now they can't be out here being as wild and wicked as they used to be. For once in their life, they have to be serious about something. Because if that judgment didn't take place, these people wouldn't suddenly just wake up one day and be like, yeah, I don't want to do this wickedness anymore. So the Lord has to bring that judgment upon people to wake them up, albeit temporary. Because as soon as things are over, as soon as things calm down, these people go right back to doing the nonsense that they started doing that caused all of this in the first place. But yeah, this is it. This is the last days. Wildfires, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, tropical storms, hailstorms, lightning storms, flash floods, volcano eruptions, power outages, famines, food shortages. This is what people can expect. See, those of us of the hopeful elect, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we've been spiritually preparing for this. So we're definitely more capable of handling what's about to happen than these other people are, than these carnal people are. See, those of us of the hopeful elect, we're moving spiritually. The rest of these people are moving carnally. They think if they stock up enough food and water and a generator and some weapons that they'll be fine. But that's not going to help them because these judgments are coming straight from the Heavenly Father. And there's nothing that man can do to negate the will of the Lord. If the Lord wants to wipe out 1,000 people, then 1,000 people are going to get wiped out, and there is nothing and no one on this earth that can stop that. And that's just a lesson that people are going to have to continue to repeatedly learn. And those of us of the hopeful elect, we get to watch it play out, get to watch these wicked people who spend their whole life scoffing and scorning and being wicked suffer the consequences of their actions. And in these wicked cities, they gotta go. Like it says in Baruch 4:32, miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. And you take a look at these cities and they're miserable, man. Like it's just every time you turn around, it's something else happening. Like people are fleeing from one city, going to another city because they think the quality of life is better in that other city. And maybe it is temporarily, but then the Lord brings judgment upon that place. There's not one spot on this earth where the Lord can't execute judgment in whatever way he sees fit. And like I said, a lot of people are going to continue to find that out. Because at the end of the day, you will reap what you've sown. And that's just what it is. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are still fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Ottawa and Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.